Yeah, I was in Vienna before the pandemics, and I think that also like this livability, it's harder and harder to achieve when the city gets bigger. And Vienna is definitely not a small city because I live in Frankfurt, and Frankfurt is also in that top 10 of the most livable cities. And I really love it that it's so easy to go through the city. And I say the best side of Frankfurt, for instance, is that you can with a bike you can experience the whole city because the city it's not so huge, so you can go within half an hour from one side to the other side. And this in this way there are no really like it's not like I don't know if you live in Berlin and there are certain parts that are so far from where you are that you just never go. Or in Rome, I've been living in Rome and there is so much traffic jam that you just don't want to go. And in Vienna, although it's a huge city, I could move so easily, and also there are the free bicycles, and that was really cool. And also the architecture, it was very pleasant to see. The past you can see really is the place where the Italian culture and the German culture meet, and they create this fusion. Because maybe Munich too, where I'm in Frankfurt already, it's more like German way of doing architecture. Also, the city was destroyed. But I'm curious. What I criticize a lot about German architecture is that it's very conservative somehow. It's you can see there are these offices that have achieved world renown. They're renowned all around the world, and they do these big projects, and they're very good. But the architectural language is a little bit conservative compared to the Netherlands or compared to Denmark. What do you say about the situation in Austria? Is it also more experimental? Because also I see your projects and I can see that they are more like with some more avant-garde approach and shape that what I see generally around here, not like everything, but generally speaking.
It's more, Austria is a feeling country. They feel stuff, and I think I don't think it's experiment is the drive behind it. It's more like more expressive. It's my view as a foreigner a bit. Like it's not an act of we are going to make something new or something different, but it's more like this is it's too conservative, or we should do something more expressive, more. They love facades. They love the front of the houses, making stuff beautiful. For me, German architecture it's very rational. I would say it's very thoughtful, and it all has its meaning and its definition. And here, it doesn't have to have this. You can just let's put one balcony here without a reason. Just put it there because it looks good. It feels like it's good, and this opens up the art of architecture, because you have to find stuff. So that's my view on this.
I think we don't take it too serious here.
Yeah.
So it's more or less that we are not too strict in our feelings. Feelings is actually a good word. There's a lot of feelings, and also it was always part of the history to take things. To take impressions from different countries. So actually, Vienna is always, Vienna was the capital city of a very big, very big country back then with Austria-Hungary. And also the typical Viennese last name is Svoboda. which is actually Czech name or from this area. So, and also we say the typical Austrian food is the schnitzel, but schnitzel is actually, it was also in Italy and also in France. So yeah, and we are taking parts and we are mixing also cultures, and maybe we are not too things. We have to do our very own thing, but can also take impulses from Denmark, and you can take impulses from Czech, and you can take impulses from Switzerland, and you can make a big mixture here. And I think that's also the culture. I mean, here in the office we have 14 different nations sitting, and this makes also our work very colorful, and it's also very unique, very diverse. And so we are just, I think we're a lot of things is not experimental. No, I think we love to play, and there's a lot of feeling in our work.
And you mentioned that the city, and I guess the country in general, has this particular politics on social housing. I'm curious, is it also like mainly through competitions that you guys get your projects, or by now, as you have built this brand, is also some private commissions? And is it always generally competitions to get this kind of projects, that is the system also in Austria, like to generally participate into competitions?
We like to do, we like competitions. It's good to have this, stress a bit, but only in smaller groups. So we have a policy of not doing open competitions because there are too many people. I think we all agree. I think it's a bit funny that architects are still doing this like for free. The quality of the work gets better, in our opinion, if you have like a small competition with like 5 other offices. And I think that we do have like direct assignments, but even our investors, contractors, clients with which we work a lot, they also always do a small competition. Mm-hmm. Because then, I don't know, it's like playing sports. You need the match to be on your best. You need this moment of performing. Otherwise, you get a bit lazy. You could get lazy.
And I think we are a competitive person here in the office.
You have to be, in a way. Yeah, doesn't mean you don't have to be respectful, but you need to want to get something. So, otherwise, you are looking into the past, I think.
Yeah, and we do always the same. So we are always learning from competitions, and we are always learning. Mostly we learn from competitions we don't win, because then we always do a small review. What was good, what was not good, what kind of things can we do again? And I think that's it's kind of a process, and so competitions are really important for our work.
But to your question, to the city of Vienna has its own kind of competition. It's called Bauträgerwettbewerb, which could be like client competition. So you make a team with already an investor, an architect, landscape architect, sometimes even a firm, like a building firm. And they together apply for buying a plot of land in the city. And you have to make a concept with the whole group. So it's not only architecture, it's also you have to like prove that the costs will be attainable, so that the rent.
You also have to hand in a social concept for the whole building and for the whole area. You have to hand in a landscape concept.
Ecological.
Animal aided design is a big thing right now. So there's a lot of topics. Also sustainable. You always have to also hand in a sustainable concept for the whole building, also for the whole area, not only for the building.
And these are not anonymous. These are presentations. And because you have to give so much information, and there are, I think in the jury, it's like 20 people, like the whole city government, not the government, like the representatives of all the areas of the fire security, ecological, of course the building code. They all have to give their inputs, and then they choose what like the best overall. And this is a very strange form, I think, for a lot of other countries or cities, but it's because the city has so much power to build its own buildings. And this is it's more like looking for the best team. Which is, I think, especially for social housing, really good, because the quality of the housing gets better. Because it's not only a rendering or a nice facade.